Yo, YouTube, what is going on? It is your boy Big Play Slay here, coming back with another video. I mean, stream, but Eagles 34-10 win over the New York Giants. Great bounce back, especially from what happened to them last time when we played them. But the Eagles get the job done this time. They win 34-10 against the New York Giants in South Philly. I made an Eagles preview today with the Washington football team. So y'all go check that one out. But let's jump right into the stream. MG could not make it. B-Hub, what's going on, my guy? Saw you in the chat earlier. MG couldn't make it. LGB, I don't think he's going to make it today. But, great start for this Eagles team. 8-7 playoffs. We have to control our own destiny right now. What's going on, BLSG? We have to control our own destiny right now. The playoffs is set for us right now. We need a lot of things to happen. We need a lot of miracles to happen. Let's just jump into this game. So Eagles started off very, very sloppy, sluggish in that first half. Jalen Hurts missed a ton of reads in that first half. What's going on, Big Fridge? What is going on, Jinx Wolf? But Jalen Hurts missed a couple reads in that first half, which he should not have missed. I just didn't like how he played in that first half. What's going on, AK? Hope you're doing good. I didn't like how he played in that first half in general. I thought he was too conservative with the ball. The play calling was not good at all. I thought the offensive play calling was just not it. Patrick Graham really knows how to scheme against a guy like Jalen Hurts. He knows how to scheme up against those mobile quarterbacks. Tay Crowder, he was on the right side of where Jalen Hurts was trying to run to. And I believe Jalen Hurts only had 2 rushing attempts. Maybe he had a couple rushing attempts. But they know how to scheme up against him. They just know how to scheme up against a mobile quarterback in general. So I didn't like how Jalen Hurts played in that first half. I thought he could have done much better. When you're playing a team like the Giants, you have to do good. That defense, I would say it's solid, but we had 200 rushing yards against them last time. And Jalen Hurts on the run did very well against them last time. So I believe he should have done a lot better in that first half. I didn't think he played up to par. I would have liked to see him roll out a little bit more. That comes down to the play calling and the play calling. What did you say, BLC? Since MG and LGB aren't available for you, you should do a call-in, LMAO. I would, but I'm just a little too hesitant right now. I'm just trying to get my thoughts on first, and then I'll probably drop the link later. But yeah, I was just trying to come here, give my thoughts for a couple minutes. But yeah, the Eagles started off sloppy in this game. I didn't like how they played. Just the overall team, including Jalen Hurts. Nick Sirianni, I don't know what he did in that halftime speech. I said this earlier in my video today. But he got those boys going. I felt like he called a very good game in that second half. He adjusted very well. He adjusted to that mobile type of scheme, that prevent defense that the Giants were doing. They kind of stopped Jalen Hurts trying to run. You've seen it in the past where when you have a linebacker that's good enough to stop a mobile quarterback, they line up to that right side or that left side to control him. And I felt like Tay Crowder can stop those mobile quarterbacks like Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts because he's always lined up on that right side or that left side to stop him like a spy. And he did very well against Jalen Hurts. He only had 1 rushing attempt, and that was a flag, I believe, on that rushing attempt. But, I felt like that defense played good. They were supposed to play good against a conservative offense, an offense which is bottom of the league. They suck. Their offense is terrible. They have a couple guys on that offense that are pretty good, like Galladay. But Galladay, he hasn't been playing good at all this season. Kadarius Toney, I don't like how they use him. They should have used him on those little end arounds pitches. They didn't use him like that. Maybe a running back type. They didn't use him like that. I don't know why they didn't use him like that. But, I felt like the defense had to do good against a quarterback that was a third stringer and a second stringer. You have to do good against these third and second string quarterbacks. If you don't do good against these third and second string quarterbacks, then what's the point of calling defensive plays? I felt like Jonathan Gannon this entire year, he's been inconsistent with his play calling. I felt like from the minute he walked into this building, he had very limited talent around him. And I feel like they should build through that. They should build through the draft with these defensive guys in this draft. We don't have a 3-down defensive end. Brandon Graham, he got injured in week 2. I guess that's what we call our 3-down defensive end, because he could stop the run and he could stop quarterbacks from getting out into open space and doing work, or just being in the pocket or rolling out of the pocket, play action. That's our type of guy right there. And Brandon Graham, he's only here for a couple more years in the NFL. And he has a year left on his deal. He loves the city of Philadelphia. We as Eagles fans love him in the city, but he's getting up there in age. And we might have the money to re-sign him, which we do, but I don't think they will re-sign him. I think they should focus more through the draft on getting these defensive ends, these 3-down defensive ends, and then build through the draft and get some guys through free agency that you think can be depth pieces for your starting defensive ends. Coaching Nick Sirianni, I felt like he coached very well, very conservative in that first half. I thought he could have done better in terms of not being conservative in that first half. I felt like he should have thrown the ball more deep because they weren't playing that prevent defense. They should have been more they shouldn't have disguised it as they did. They kind of played played in a box or something, high safeties here and there. They tried to blitz here and there, like a spy for Jalen Hurts so he can't get out into the open space. That's what they were trying to do. They were not trying to let Jalen Hurts get out to open space. So if they weren't playing prevent defense, then why didn't we attack them down the field? That's what we should have done. We didn't do it in that first half. They adjusted to that in that second half, though. They attacked them down the field. You have to start letting your guys win one-on-one matches. I mean, they talked about it a lot in the offseason. If your wide receiver wins one-on-one matches, you have to throw the ball down the field. If you can't do that, then what's the point of having these speedy receivers so you could just keep them there and screens? You have to attack down the field. I get that Jalen Hurts doesn't have the best arm in the world, but he has an average enough arm to throw the ball down the field. His accuracy may not be good down the field, but you can still use him in ways like rolling him out, letting him down the field, throw the ball down the field. I think if you attack the ball, if you roll him out more, and you try to use the play action to your advantage, because that's how he likes to work. He likes the play action. He likes, rolling out, play action, throw the ball down the field. Or if it's a little screen, go to Jalen Reagor. If it's those little screens, go to your guys that are really fast, like Reagor, Watkins. Hell, throw Hightower in there. I think that's what we should be doing, but we're not doing that. So I think that's the missing pieces for the Eagles. They need a big physical possession receiver, as Cold Arrow says in the chat. He says, we need to draft Treylon Burks from Arkansas to go up and get the 50-50 balls. I 1,000% agree with you. It depends, really. I think you should get a guy like him or a guy like Drake London from USC. Those big physical dominant possession receivers. If you throw the ball up to them, you can just expect them to go up and catch those 50-50 balls. And Jalen Hurts likes throwing those 50-50 balls to, those big physical tall receivers. We had it with Alshon Jeffrey, but he's gone. So we don't have that big physical possession receiver for anymore. We don't have that. Bro, y'all got Smith, Quez, and Rager. You're not drafting a receiver. We might need to draft a receiver. Like, honestly, it's like serious question. You want Ajabo first round? Yes, I do want David Ajabo from Michigan. I think he's one of those three down defensive ends. Not a three down defensive end. Maybe like one of those guys that can get in for two, halves, and then let him, like for maybe a year. Let's say for a year, let him behind a guy like Josh Sweat or Brandon Graham if we keep him. Oh, you a bum. Fuck Michigan. Yeah, I get that you're an Ohio State fan, but and all honesty though, I think he fits our system. When you look at Jonathan Gannon, all season he's been he's been inconsistent. I felt like he's been inconsistent this entire year. And that's mostly because we don't have talent like David Ajabo's, Aiden Hutchinson's, those guys that can be three down defensive ends. What for Derek Barnett? Yeah, I think we should get rid of him too. I hate Derek Barnett with a passion. I'm sorry, I cannot stand that dude. I don't think he should be in Philadelphia anymore. But yeah, man, we need to draft a linebacker. I agree with you. I think we should draft a linebacker. But should we draft a linebacker with that first pick? No. I think you should get a linebacker in that second round. You have Leo Chanel, who's going to rise in the combine, through the combine, his pro day. If you see his pro day, then he'll rise. The dude is a monster. He's a baller. Devin Lloyd, I want him, but I know we're not going to get him. Nakobe Dean, he's going to rise in that combine because of his pro day. I think that's something you should account for. I like a guy like Devin Lloyd because he's so physical. He can get to the ball. He can guard these running backs. He's pretty good in coverage. I like that part about him. I think we should get these linebackers that are good in coverage because our linebackers in coverage absolutely suck. Depending on if it's swear to God, we need to clean house. Depending on Titans will win the Super Bowl. Yeah. What is going on, Alberto? I forgot to say hi to you in the chat. What's going on, my guy? Giants should trade everything they got to draft J-Mo and Bryce Young next year. Yeah, I think you should get a Bryce Young next year. If Daniel Jones doesn't do good this year for you guys, because it looks like you will keep him. But back to what I was saying, we need something like a three-down defensive end. I said already, we need those three-down defensive ends. We need a guy like Aiden Hutchinson, which we probably won't get. But if there is a situation where Howie Roseman and Nick Sirianni come to an agreement where they should go trade up, then you can go get a guy like Aiden Hutchinson because you have 3 first-round picks. I think we should get a guy like Aiden Hutchinson, but we won't get him because he's probably going to go in that top 5. So I personally feel like we need a guy like David Ajabo because he's going to be right where we're picking in that cups of that 15 to 23 range, or that 10 to 23 range. We're going to pick anywhere between there. And the draft might, kind of slip up. We do need the Giants. No, we do need the Saints to win today. Because for playoff implications and schedules and stuff, we need them. The strength of schedules, we need the Saints to win, because if the Saints win tonight, then we would be the 6th seed, and that will push the Niners down to the 7th seed. So I think we should get a guy like David Ajabo for things like this. Hutchinson, I guarantee you still go as number 1 pick no matter which team has the first overall pick. You can say that, BLSG, but then again, you also have to remember that teams want quarterbacks. There's so many needy teams that want quarterbacks in that first 5 picks. They need quarterbacks. The Lions. What's the other team? The Texans. Those teams need quarterbacks. So some of these defensive ends, like Kevon Thibodeau, Karlaftis, Hutchinson, they're all going to fall because quarterbacks will start to rise. And you can get guys like Thibodeau, Hutchinson, Karlaftis, because they'll fall. Yo, sub to big play. Thank you, Hit Squad. What's going on, my guy? How are you doing? Tough loss, man. But GG, we got y'all next year. Smith is nasty. Yeah, Smith is definitely nasty. Yeah, but 34-10 win for us yesterday. Giants finna get Thibodeau. If we lose against Buffalo, our season is over. Facts is. But yeah, let's just check some of these stats right quick. I want to do that for the Eagles. Where is that stat right quick? All right, there it is. Found it. So let's check these stats for the Eagles. Jalen Hurts, in terms of his passing, he was 199 yards. He was 17 for 29, 199 yards, 2 touchdowns. Thank you, Biashi. But yeah. Jalen Hurts, 17 for 29, 199 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had one sloppy first half. I thought he should have been better in that first half. He was very conservative. He couldn't find any empty field, or he couldn't find any open space down the field to run in, as he usually does, because they weren't going play action rollout. They couldn't find that for him because you have a guy like Tay Crowder for the Giants. Sniffing him down. So I felt like he bounced back in that second half. They kind of adjusted well to how the Giants defense was playing. The Giants defense, don't get me wrong, they were gassed. They were tired as hell because of how their offense was playing. They couldn't do anything with how bad that offensive play was for the Giants. When you have Jake Fromm and Mike Glennon out there, don't you think your defense will be tired? Of course they're going to be tired. And that's how well the Eagles adjusted. That's why the Eagles adjusted well to the Giants defense. Tay Crowder's a beast. Yeah, I like Tay Crowder. Cold Era says Nick Bonito is very good. Would have loved to see him in the Eagles uniform, maybe late second round to build our defense. Yeah, I agree with you. I want more of like a hard-nosed physical linebacker. Leo Chanel is one guy that I'm really starting to focus on. He's a linebacker from Wisconsin. Very good, very productive player. Do you think Cox's value is going down? I think it sort of is because he's not getting sacks. I don't think Fletcher Cox is getting enough sacks for his value to go up. He's more of like that guy that is in the interior, who just dominates your best interior guard or your center. He is one of those type of guys. I've seen that they lined him up at the defensive end position because he can play. Oh my God, my mouth is annoying today. But autocorrection. He can play both positions. He can play defensive tackle and defensive end. So you can line him up at defensive end, and you can line him up at defensive tackle because he's that good. I think they should trade him to a team like the Raiders or the Falcons. Reunite him with Zach Ertz and Jordan Hicks with the Cardinals, because the Cardinals, something I've noticed with them is their run stuffing is absolutely atrocious. Like, they can't stop anything in the middle. Like the A-gap, they can't stop that. Like, they can't stop it at all. So I think if he goes to a team like that, who are already building a playoff type of team anyway, and wants to keep contending for the future, why not put him on a team like that? They're going to the playoffs. They want to contend for the next couple of years. And they might get desperate because their defensive tackles aren't playing as good as they would have hoped. Bigford says Charles Cross goes in the top 10. Honestly, I could see that happening. I'm starting to like that Cross dude. as like a player based off of what I've seen from his highlights. I still need to watch like more film on him. But yeah, let's keep going with his stats. Um, Jalen Hurts, I said already, he's 27. He was 17 for 29, 199 yards, 2 touchdowns. Miles Sanders went out with a broken hand injury. He had 7 carries for 45 yards. He really got going. He got a couple first downs. But he's still on like this injury, like he's always injured. Is what I'm trying to say. He's always injured. Like every single time we watch him, we all know he fits our scheme. He's very talented, but he's never on the field. He has no availability. Like you want your players to be available. And that's just not gonna go in this league. Like he's done stuff for us as of late, but he's never there. Like he's there for us here and there, but he's too inconsistent with his injuries. And you don't want that for your star running back. But I think what's it called? I think Jordan Howard also went down with an injury too. His shoulder is still affecting him for some reason. So don't be surprised if the Eagles sign a running back this week. Boston Scott had 12 carries for 41 yards and a touchdown. Still the Giants killer, no matter what. Jordan Howard had 9 carries for 37 yards. Jalen Hurts, as I said, he had 2 rushing attempts for 7 yards. And let's look at these Eagles. Let's look at this Eagles receiving core right quick. All right, Devontae Smith, he had 5 catches for 80 yards, 1 touchdown. He had those 2 big plays where he beat Bradbury on like this crosser, and he beat him on a deep ball. James Bradbury got annihilated by Devontae Smith down the field yesterday. He kept beating him on those little crossers. And that's how we should use Devontae Smith. Use him in the crossers in the middle of the field to get him going. And if you want to attack the field down, attack downfield with him, just use it like that, because he can do that. He can do little things like that. And Quez Watkins had 3 catches for 43 yards. He had that 1 big play down the field, slightly overshot by Jalen Hurts, or slightly underthrown by him. Just a great, phenomenal catch by Quez Watkins. That almost could have been an interception. If Xavier McKinney was right there, that probably would have been an interception. But Julian Love is like, what is he, 5'9"? And Quez Watkins is 3 inches over him. So I'm not really surprised with how he caught that pass. James gonna get cut in Bradbury? Yeah, for sure. What was it? Dallas Goedert had 2 catches for 28 yards. He was sort of MIA yesterday. He was sort of MIA yesterday. Especially with him having 2 back-to-back really good games. I felt like he was very MIA yesterday. He almost could have had a touchdown, but the refs, had to get involved. He could have had a touchdown again right there, but the refs had to get involved. So I felt like he was sort of MIA, but he would have had 1 touchdown for the freaking refs. But Jordan Howard, he had 2 catches for 19 yards. And that's because Jalen Hurts kind of rolled out on a couple plays, and Jordan Howard's right there. But he had a lot of drops too. What we talk about. Yeah, Fade Cole, what is going on, my guy? We're just going over this Eagles-Giants kind of sort of beat down, but we're just reviewing this Eagles-Giants game from yesterday. Just give your input in the chat, because I know you just joined. What is going on, DC Forever LSU? Hope you're having a good day. But yeah, Jalen Reagor had 2 catches for 15 yards. There was a flag on 1 first down that he had, but he was also MIA. But he is showing improvement. I was really pissed with that big play that he had on that punt return, because he did that game, but he couldn't do that this entire season. So that kind of had me, pissed. But loving the improvement from him the last couple of games. That's what I wanted to see from him. Use him in the screen game. Do little pitches to him. do little end arounds to him, or put him at the running back position for a couple of games. Here and there, put him at the running back position. And I'm not comparing him to Deebo Samuel, but you can use him in the ways that the Niners use Deebo Samuel, like sort of in that way. But I feel like you should use a guy like Jalen Reagor that way because he kind of runs like a running back anyway. He runs physically. He runs very good too. He's very fast, very, very fast. You saw in that Washington game, he literally beat the corner as soon as like Lane Johnson was in front of him. He just beat the corner as if nothing happened. But yesterday I thought he didn't play as how he did in the last couple of games. Kenneth Gainwell had one catch for 6 yards. Gainwell, another guy that's been MIA the last couple of weeks. Lane Johnson, one catch for 5 yards and a touchdown. Lane Johnson got the touchdown. Now we can all officially say that Lane Johnson has more touchdowns than He has more touchdowns than Miles Sanders, and he also has more touchdowns than Kadarius Toney and Kenny Golladay for the New York Giants. So our offensive linemen have more touchdowns than Kenny Golladay and Kadarius Toney, and they both play the wide receiver position. So that is kind of sad. Miles Sanders had one catch for 3 yards. He didn't do too much in that receiving game. He didn't do too much in the receiving game. Let me see. Tyrone Jackson had one target. He didn't catch the pass, but either way, it was going to be a flag there on that one play. Let's look defensively. Alex Singleton had an interception, his second pick six of his career. He had one pick six last year, and he had another one yesterday. So TJ Edwards, another great game. Him and Alex Singleton have been balling this season in terms of making tackles, open field tackles. TJ Edwards has been playing very well this year. He's been making a lot of open field tackles. He had an interception in that Saints game yesterday. I felt like he played very well. His stats probably didn't say he played amazing, but he had 6 tackles, and he assisted on 10 of those tackles. So I felt like he played very well. Must be sad as an Eagles fan right now. Must be sad as an Eagles. What do you mean? Good game, guys. Good game, you guys. Won fair and square, and we lost fair and square. I'm a type of fan that does not make excuses for my team. Thank you. At least you're a real Giants fan. But you know, I'm not gonna gloat and act like we didn't beat a bad team. Because we did beat a bad team yesterday. Offensively, you guys don't have too much. You have Jake from State Farm at quarterback for you guys, and you also have Mike Glennon at quarterback for you guys. So I'm not gonna gloat and act like we beat the Chiefs or we beat the Cowboys or something. Then I'm gonna gloat. But until then, no gloating from me. So is Dak not a D- quarterback anymore? That's directly toward the Eagles champ, by the way. If you're watching, no win or lose, I'm still gonna talk my talk at BLSG. Must be sad to be a New Jersey Giants fan right now. Yeah, they got a lot of things going for them right now. Defensively, let's keep going though. Steven Nelson, he is getting baked left and right. I want him off of this team immediately. Get Tay Gowan in the game. Get Zach McPherson in the game. With Zach McPherson, he's betting on an interception. So he's more of like a ball hawk, but is never in the games. He kind of plays like a receiver anyway. Like he's always around the ball. If you went and watched his film at his college, he was always around the ball. He's like one of those cornerbacks that takes a shot. He takes a risk with interceptions. And that's something you want with Darius Slay. You want a guy that takes his best bet. You want a guy that is next to the ball, always around the ball. Is always around the ball and He's one of those corners that takes risky interceptions. Um, Fletcher Cox, 3 tackles, 0 assisted. Anthony Harris had 2 tackles, 3 assisted. Josh Sweat, 2 tackles. He had a sack yesterday, so good for him. He disrupted a lot of plays. He caused a lot of pressure. Same thing with Fletcher Cox. He caused a lot of pressure. Derek Barnett had a really good game yesterday, in my opinion. I still want him off this team. When you're playing Matt Pert and who was the other guy? Cade Cunningham and stuff, you're supposed to play good. So Derek Barnett, I still want him off that team. Avante Maddox, he kind of got a little bit of catches on him when he faced, what's his name, Kadarius Toney. But I felt like he had a good game. Jared Maiden, I saw him play yesterday. That was late towards the end of the game. Milton Williams, he got a sack yesterday, so I'm very proud about that. He caused a couple pressures. Josiah Scott was in the game yesterday. Jack McPherson, of course, he was in the game. But no Tay Gowan. And that's still interesting to me because why don't you start a guy like him to replace Steven Nelson? Put him on the bench, man. I don't like how Steven Nelson plays, but he is our best bet next to Darius Slay because he's a veteran. What's up, Little Wage? What's going on, my guy? Jalen Hurts, stop staring down receivers and step up in the pocket. For real, I agree. Why restream? Bring back StreamYard. Well, I only use restream this stream because StreamYard, the limit right now, I can't get it back till tomorrow. So I will be using StreamYard tomorrow, not today. So I still am waiting for the StreamYard limit to expire. But what is going on, James? How are you doing, my guy? Hopefully you're doing well, safe and well, my guy. Have a blessed day. Blue City Empire Sports, what's going on, AB? Yeah, he says, I'm not Jalen Hurts fan. I'm also not a Jalen hater. The only problem I have with him is that he needs to also win games by throwing the ball and passing the ball. I agree with you 100%. I think he needs to step up in the pocket a little more, as B-Hub says. I think he needs to stop staring receivers down. Scan the field a little more. And, you have more time to adjust because you're looking all around the field. What does Aaron Rodgers do so well? He takes what the defense gives him. What does Tom Brady do so well? He takes what the defense gives him. Quarterbacks like that is what succeed in the NFL. They take what the defense gives them. Eagles can make the wild card and wild card for real. Yeah, I agree with you, man. I think we can make the wild card. But, as I was saying, Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, they've succeeded so well in this league because they always have taken what the defense has given them. Aaron Rodgers, he's one of the best players of all time, especially at the quarterback position. He just broke the all-time record for touchdowns in that Packers history, and he passed Brett Favre. So, yeah, he doesn't he always focuses on 2 receivers, Dallas Goedert and Devontae Smith. That's all who he focuses on. I feel like he needs to start focusing on more guys, get more guys involved. Yesterday in that first half, I felt like he was still staring receivers down. He always looks at one read. If that one read isn't there, he takes off and runs. Yesterday, he didn't do that, but in that second half, he adjusted very well. He took what the defense gave him. He had a couple times where he still underthrew the receiver, and the receivers made great plays. So he still has to throw the ball with accuracy. That's one thing he's missing. He's missing accuracy, throwing the ball down the field. He's missing things like scanning the field, stepping up into the pocket. If you step up into the pocket, you have more time because you're now looking and you're not getting pressured as much. You're stepping up into the pocket. You're looking down the field. You're seeing if your receivers beat their one-on-one matchups. And that's what Jalen Hurts needs to improve on, his accuracy down the field. That's one big issue with him. What's going on, Bird Gang 31? Hopefully you're having a good day. Whenever his first read doesn't work, he scrambles out to the pocket. I agree with you 100%. I think he needs to stop doing that. That's something that they need to teach these college players who play the quarterback position. If that first read isn't there, don't take off and run with it. That's not a smart decision. Because if you do that in the NFL, you're getting smoked. Um, if they taught him not to take the ball and run with it, if your first read isn't there, he probably would be better right now for us. So that's one thing he needs to work on. Not always taking off when that first read isn't there. Scan the field more. Scan the field more. So you can find other guys, involve other guys like Goddard, Watkins, Rager, and not look towards one receiver or two receivers every single time. Like open up the playbook for him a little more. It's the same problem that I have with Lamar Jackson. Just take the chance by throwing and passing the ball. I agree with you 100%. That's something that Jalen Hurts needs to work on. Javon Hargrave had 2 tackles, 0 pressures. No, he had a couple pressures, but he had 0 assisted tackles. McPherson, 2 tackles. He had 0 assisted tackles. Darius Slay, 1 tackle. And he had a 1 assisted tackle. And he also dropped the interception, which got me really pissed. I really wanted him to catch that interception. If he did, then that would have helped us a lot. And the ball was right in his hands too. So I don't know how he dropped that. They literally gave the ball up to him. Tyrone Jackson caused the pressure. I like how they're involving the younger guys into the defensive scheme or in the offensive scheme. I like how they're doing that more. They're not just all old guys playing football. They're allowing the younger guys to step up, improve their game while learning from these guys like Brandon Graham, Darius Slay, learning from guys like Jason Kelsey, learning from guys like Lane Johnson. And I love that they are teaching them that. Yo, Howard, you can be a famous analyst someday. I'm a Rams fan rooting for the Eagles. Lakers are doing so bad right now. Yeah, I'm 14 years old. So I need to. I got that young face, so it makes me look very young. But yeah, let's keep going. What is going on, Jalen Hurts? What is going on, my guy? The GOAT, Jalen Hurts. How are you doing, my guy? Rashad, I hope you're doing good. But yeah, I like the Rams too. That honestly could have been my second favorite team. They are my second favorite team, honestly. Because I don't root for any other teams besides the Eagles. And I almost could have been a Rams fan. Honestly, he's on the verge of 10. Yeah, for real, he is. No. Oh, I get what you're saying, Big Bridge. Stop, boy, stop. We have the same age, my guy. Turning 15 this January. Yes, sir, my guy. Happy early birthday to you. You need to have a balance by running the ball and throwing and passing the ball. Running the ball is not always going to help you win games. Yeah, you cannot be one-dimensional in the playoffs, especially with teams that know how to stop you if they kind of like take the run away. If they're one-dimensional in the playoffs, that won't work because teams will adjust to the run game. And that's something the Eagles should work on more. Help Jalen out a little more. If you have a quarterbacks coach like Brian Johnson, why not help him out? I don't know what Brian Johnson is doing. I felt like that probably is our worst hire. They said he's worked with Jalen since he was 4 years old. I don't see any improvement with his accuracy. I see here and there he can make a lot of what the hell type of throws or what the hell just happened type of throws, but like, yo, he's not doing anything. Like I never see him working with Jalen. I never seen him with Jalen, like kind of helping him out more. So I thought that was a bad hire just from looking at it right now. And Rodney McLeod had an interception. That was the other interception in the game. Marcus Epps, man, this dude is a hard hitter, man. He is that dog mentality. I see a little improvement. I agree, B-Hub, but I just don't think our quarterbacks coach is like the right quarterbacks coach for Jalen Hurts. He's not helping him out. I see improvement, but it's not the improvement you want to see from an Eagles fan's perspective. I kind of see some of the things I've been seeing over the last couple of weeks where Jalen Hurts, he stays in the pocket. He doesn't step up. He kind of rolls out. If that first read isn't there, it takes off and runs the ball, or he likes to roll out. And if he doesn't have literally anything there, he just stays in the pocket and takes a sack. Or if he rolls out, he won't throw it away. He likes to throw it in double coverage. So his accuracy isn't good. Accuracy never gets better. A QB's passing game is what it is. Yeah, I agree with you. Eagles talk from Delco. But yeah, let's keep going on these stats. I don't know some of these names. Not too familiar with some of these names. That's the guy that we got from Indy. But yeah, that's probably it. Gainwell had 2 carries for 30 yards and the kick return. Jalen Reagor had that big 39-yard return. That's really it. Jake Elliott missed 1 field goal. But yeah, man, that's all I saw from the Eagles stats. So let me stop sharing my screen and get back to the chat. What's going on, Dante? How are you doing, my guy? I see us going 10-7. Washington is getting players back, but I don't think they have enough players to beat us. And Dallas will rest their starters. I agree with you. I don't think we'll go 10-7. I think we're going to go 9-8. Personally, I feel like we'll go 9-8 because you don't want to overlook a team like Washington. Even though they just got manhandled and absolutely slaughtered by Dallas, I feel like their team is getting more and more healthier, and you don't want to overlook teams. Look at what we did a couple weeks ago. We overlooked the Giants, and what happened? We lost. So don't overlook teams. That's something that I'm not about. I don't like overlooking anyone. Look at what happened to the Chargers yesterday. They overlooked the Texans, and the Texans smacked them. Look at what happened a couple weeks ago. The Cardinals overlooked the Lions, and the Lions smacked them. So don't overlook teams. That's something that I don't like doing. He was limping, so I got a feeling that's why he wasn't running. Sorta. Still might be like his ankle. Don't underestimate. That's right. Yeah, I just don't like underestimating teams. It doesn't matter if you're a 0-16 team. You're still an NFL team. So I personally don't like to overlook teams, especially when you're trying to get into the playoffs. You don't want to overlook teams. Take what you have and control your own destiny. We want to get to the playoffs. We're going to have to start controlling our own destiny. And look what the Giants did yesterday. We smoked the hell out of them. But we didn't overlook the Giants, though. Yesterday, the Giants didn't overlook us. The Giants didn't overlook us because they kind of knew that we were going to destroy them. The Lions did beat the Cardinals, so anything could happen, for real. It's always a Sunday. Anything can happen on a Sunday, for real. Anything can happen on a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday. It literally does not matter. It's any given day in football. Any given day in football, anything can happen. So personally, I don't like to overlook teams. But man, that's really it for these stats. I don't give a shit. We were playing backups. A win is a win. A win is a win. But when you look at this Washington game, they're getting a couple players back. What's going on, Mike Nissen? But yeah, what I was saying was, when you look at a team like Washington, you understand that they're getting a couple players back. So if they're getting a couple players back, you would have to think that they're going to play competitive and tough. And they've been on a losing streak, and we've been on a sort of a winning streak. We've won the last 2 of our games. We beat Washington, we beat the Jets, and we beat the Giants, Washington, and the Jets. So yeah, that's all I got to say about that. And Dante has to say, I definitely agree with you. That's all I've been saying all year. And the Chargers are not in the playoffs. If the playoffs were to start today, yeah. And that Texans loss will bite them on the, you know what? If they want to get into the playoffs. I don't think Nick Sirianni is underestimating Washington, even though they just got dropped 56 on them, for real. What's a big play Slay? You're going to have to wait for me to shave my head till my dad can do it for me. No, no, no. You don't have to shave your head. The bet was if both of our teams split, then nothing happens. That was the original bet. So you don't really have to shave your head. But yeah, man, I don't want to overlook Washington, and we're trying to get into the playoffs. They can play spoiler. They really don't have anything going for them. They're gonna have to look into the draft for offensive linemen. They might have to look at the Charles Cross dude from Texas A&M. So yeah, don't like to overlook teams though. Don't forget me when you're famous at the school. Yeah, I definitely won't forget anyone. Peace out though, James. Hopefully you have a good day. But yeah, let's look at this Eagles Washington game as I'm speaking about it. But remember, we changed it. What did we change it to? It wasn't that you went bald. We changed it to something else. Uh, I don't remember what I said in that for the bet. I said something, but it wasn't like you going bald. Depending on if Howard plays, I feel like we could lose this game because I don't think Scott and Gainwell can kill them like Howard and Sanders do. I 1,000,000,000% agree. Sanders and Howard is 1-2 punch. You forgot me and your 1K2. Oh shoot, I did forget you. My bad. I gotta retweet that. Blue City Empire Sports passing and throwing the ball is not always going to help games. You got to do both. My coach told me you can't win a Super Bowl by running the ball. You got to throw and run and pass to win the Super Bowl. I agree with you 100%. VPS, I forgot, but which Giants content creator made a bet with you going bald if your team would sweep the other? It wasn't a Giants content creator. It was Mike Nixon, who was just in the chat. He's right here. Mike Nixon. He's a Giants fan. He's a resident Giants fan who supports me a lot. We kind of made a bet, and we changed it at the last minute. So I believe it was if the Giants beat us yesterday, then I would have had to change my name to Big Play Bradbury, which now that can't happen because they lost. But I forgot what I said in that bet when we changed it. But yeah, let's look at this Eagles-Washington preview right quick. So Washington, they just got absolutely mollywopped by the Dallas Cowboys. It was 56-14. Their offense played terrible. I don't want to hear that Taylor Heineke's a franchise quarterback again. I don't want to hear that stuff anymore. Taylor Heineke played horrible yesterday. Their defense didn't look any better. Their defense gave up a ton of yards. Dak looked so good yesterday. Their defensive line caused literally no pressure. And Malik Turner, I think it's his name, number 17, he broke off like 10 tackles. And he got like a gain of 60 yards or something on a little screen pass or bubble pass. So their defense played terrible yesterday. Their offense played terrible. That's probably Ron Rivera's worst coaching game ever, probably. I said if you beat us by 2 or more scores, I would shave my head. And if you beat us by 1 score, that I would wear an Eagles jersey. Oh, so you do have to shave your head. I forgot. Why do I go route on the first play and throw up to Trevon Diggs? I don't know. By the way, Trevon Diggs is 11 picks now. Damn, that's a lot of picks, man. That dude has been playing out of his mind this year. I also make a bet. If the New York Giants beat the Eagles, you have to wear New York Giants Super Bowl 42. That didn't happen because the Jets got an L. Yep. Won that bet as well. So I've been winning a ton of bets this year. AK was the one who got saved with the Eagles win yesterday because he would have had to become a Giants content. He would have had to make Giants content. Yeah, I feel bad for AK if that would have happened. Tied the Cowboys record with 11 this season. In a season. Damn, that's a ton of interceptions in general. But, man, he is having one hell of a season. I think Trayvon Diggs, my thing with him is if he learns how to become more patient as a cornerback, and he's already a physical, dominant ball hawk corner, you have potentially a top 3 corner in this football league. You have a top 3 corner if he just learns how to become more patient. And if he does that, then you have a guy that can be in the likes of Ramsey or Tre'Davious White or Jair Alexander. He could be up there with some of those guys. If he just learns how to become more patient. He has already great instincts. He knows where the ball is at all times. He's always around the ball. He plays like a receiver, honestly. Dallas have Washington fighting themselves. For real. I need to go check this. Let me see. I'm trying to pull something up here. Shout out to my guy Al Kabir, the analyst. I gotta pull something up that he posted on his community tab. Also, Micah Parsons is 2 sacks away from breaking the most records as a rookie. Damn. What? Yo, big play slide. You seen Jonathan and Daron Payne in the 08 fist fight on the sideline? Washington is so dysfunctional. Rivera, could he gone after this season? He lost the locker room. Yeah, he did lose the locker room yesterday, especially with them fist fighting in between the game. They were already down big to Dallas yesterday, and then you got those guys fist fighting. And those guys have been with each other since their Alabama days, and they built up a good chemistry. So you don't like to see that. He's looked better in the last few weeks, but still bites a little too much. Yeah, there is a rumor that the Giants owner is talking about hiring John Dorsey as new GM for the Giants. He was the one who helped the Kansas City Chiefs get Patrick Mahomes, and he is also a former Browns GM. Yeah, he was also a little too risky sometimes. Didn't Darius Slay get a Pro Bowl selection this year? He did. Yeah, Slay dropped a pick too. For real, man. I was pissed when that happened. What's going on, Joe Castro? Hopefully you're having a good day, man. Go subscribe to my guy, Joe Castro. Great content creator. He says, "What up, little goat?" Yeah, I saw something that Al Kabir, the analyst, put on his community tab yesterday when we won the game against the Giants. All right, let me share my screen right quick. And shout out to my guy, Al Kabir, the analyst. Go sub great content creator. This is what he had to post on his community tab. Let me pull it up. So the Eagles, if they want to clinch a playoff berth their next few games, they're going to have to beat Washington this week. They would need the Saints to lose to Miami tomorrow or to the Panthers next Sunday. Or for the 49ers to beat the Texans next Sunday, or the Vikings to lose to the Packers next Sunday night. And we would also want the Dolphins to lose tonight because for strength of schedule, if we beat the Washington football team this week, we can move up to the 6th seed, and that would push the Niners down to the 7th seed. So for strength of schedule, we would need the Saints to win tonight, and then they would lose out their entire games that they have. Yep, Miami does play tonight, and I'm going to be watching that game. Damn, him and Trayvon Diggs is going to be deadly in the Pro Bowl. Yep, and I have to say it. Good game yesterday, and Devontae Smith is James Bradbury dad. He completely owned him yesterday. Yes, Devontae Smith annihilated him yesterday. Miami plays tonight. Yep. My original Super Bowl prediction was Cowboys versus LA Chargers, but I'm starting to think that might be Buccaneers versus New England Patriots Super Bowl. Yeah, New England, honestly, I don't think they might make the Super Bowl. They have a chance to make the Super Bowl, but they've been playing a little sloppy of late. They lost to the Bills yesterday. They lost to the Colts. So they're not looking good the last 2 games, but they did almost come back against the Colts. And If they stopped Josh Allen's arm yesterday, then they probably would have won that game. So still not gonna count them out because they have Bill Belichick. But yeah. What is going on, LGB? I sent you the link through Twitter. Hold on, right quick. Let me send you the link through Twitter. Uh, Another co-host of the Eaglete podcast. Subscribe to him. I got Colts and Rams in my Super Bowl pick. I would love to see that. Colts Rams. Colts beat them the same way Pats beat the Bills the first time. Yep. Yep. All right. Let me do this right quick. Yep. They beat them very bad yesterday for real. And can we just talk about how bad the Bengals beat the hell out of the Ravens? That was incredible. The Ravens got absolutely murked everything. I get that they have a terrible, terrible secondary, but they allowed 525 yards through the air, and almost 600 total yards. So not what you want to see, but yeah, man, Joe Burrow is definitely one hell of a quarterback. Yo, Slay, I got a question. Does Nick get a nod for the coach of the year? Maybe he does get a nod for coach of the year. In his rookie season as a head coach, he's been coaching very well. I think he might get a nod this year because he is really the only rookie head coach that's been sort of consistent this entire year, and he's been racking up the wins, and he's got his team going. So I think he's been very good this year, and he stepped it up. He's adjusted very well in the second half of the season. So yeah, I do think he gets a nod this year. Should get more. Arthur Smith should get more for real. I got Zach Taylor right now, but he could. Yeah, Zach Taylor did. He has been coaching very well this year. As I dropped the link in the chat for anyone that wants to come on. There goes the link. BLSG, first one to enter. What is going on, man?
What's good, man? How you doing tonight?
What is going on, BLSG? I am doing good. Hopefully you're doing good as well.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out restream here. I'm just trying to figure it out. Trying to scroll down here.
Yeah. Hold on. I pinned the message. But yeah, 10 watching. Thank you to everyone watching. Micah Parsons will never be Lawrence Taylor. That sounds disrespectful to me. The same way that Saquon Barkley will never be Tiki Barber. Yeah. Not saying he is winning. It's just saying got to consider him. Yeah, I think you should consider him. Zach Taylor does not suck, man. If you watch the Cincinnati Bengals this year, Zach Taylor has been doing very well this year. He's adjusted very well with Joe Burrow. He kind of has run that scheme very well this year for him. I actually can't believe BLSG is 15. Yeah. What is going on, B-Hub?
Hello.
Yes, sir. What is going on, Midwest Eagles fan in the chat? I just want to ask how you feel about that win yesterday, BLSG, that Eagles Giants 34-10 win. What do you think about that?
I felt pretty good, but that first half was absolutely atrocious from the offense. Defense looked great the entire game, apart from giving up a garbage time touchdown from Mike Glennon to Evan Ingram. But there was no point in that. So basically, in terms of like real time when we had all the stars, and we basically gave up 3 points in the entire game. So actually, no lie, the defense actually had a really good day. And Jonathan Gannon, he had one heck of a game plan in terms of the way he designed this game to happen. And if he could do this to Washington, I don't see a way we lose it. And same in terms of the offense. If we just fix up the offense and the offense gets themselves together in the first half, all the way from the first quarter to the fourth quarter, if they get it going from first to the fourth, I don't see a way we lose this game to Washington. But I really thought that our offense really struggled in the first half. But apparently, whatever motivation Sirianni gave this offense mainly in that locker room at the half. I don't know what it was, but no lie. I mean, it really helped them out and really gave them some motivation because they really showed in that second half what they really needed to do. So, honestly, I feel really good about that win, and let's prepare for Washington next Sunday.
Speaking of Washington, what do you think is going to happen in that game?
Well, I said before, I think it was in Vic's stream on the post game panel. I said that we would end up beating the Washington football team 24-21 because I think Washington's getting guys back. I know they're getting guys back. I understand that, but I feel like it's not going to be enough. And if our offense can fix themselves, like I said before, and if the defense and if Gannon can have the same game plan that he had against the Giants, and if the offense can just fix themselves up and strike earlier in the first half and do the same in the second half, I don't see any way that we lose to this game to Washington. The only way, like Foothills would say, that we would lose this game is if we would beat ourselves. That's the only way we would lose it as long as everything else goes good.
Co-host LGB has arrived. What is going on, guy?
What's good? Congrats on 1K, by the way.
Thank you, man. Hold on, let me put you on the top. All right.
Hey,
he's a co-host. You can't.
hey, I'm kidding. I'm playing.
But yeah, thank you, BLS. Sports Talk with Let's Go Birds. What did you think about the game yesterday? What do you think about that 34-10?
I saw your community post about it. Like, just enjoy the win. You know what I'm saying? Big play slay. Like, this, like, we blew out the team, number one. Yes, I know all three of the QBs. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I mean, including Daniel Jones. You know, like, did not play, basically. So, like just enjoy the win. It was a blowout. It was, like, 34-10. Like, it increases our playoff chances, especially from what happened last year. Like, just enjoy it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what do you think is gonna happen in that Washington game? As the dude's team that annihilated them is here as well, B-Hub. Why'd you have to do him like that though? I don't know why y'all had to do him like that.
Hey, it's a divisional opponent. You gotta
Bro, yo,
let it like
yeah.
your foot off their neck.
They would put 60 on Washington.
They should have
could have put 60, but hey.
Well, what do you think about the game?
Smack the crap out of them.
Yeah, LGB. LGB, what do you think is going to happen in that Washington game, though?
Who they play?
They play at their house. We play at their house.
I mean, what? Tyler Heineke is not playing, right?
No, he is. He is playing.
All right. So
There's
Miles
some
Sanders,
stuff going on that Kyle Allen might play.
Yeah, but we know that Daniel Jones is out for the rest of the year.
I could see Kyle Allen playing. Honestly, I might do that if I was.
He could. You know, we saw Tyler Heineke crying at the end of the last game. Hopefully, we can do him like Dallas, but with, you know what I'm saying, Miles Sanders out. Hopefully, we can replicate what we did against the Giants. But I feel like it's going to be a close game. Not like a close game, but like 10-point difference.
Another point difference again. Yeah. You know, the last time we played Washington, which was like this prior week, we played them on Tuesday. I feel like in that first half, they could have played a little bit better, but they played very much better in that second half. They played a lot better in that second half when we played Washington. They had a couple of touchdowns. Their defense, they didn't play the best, but our offense kind of helped us in that game more. Jalen Hurts, he was 20 for 26. He kind of threw a couple of receivers, but he still got the job done. And we're winning football games, so.
Exactly. And Big Fridge, I stand by my Sanders is better than Zeke statement.
Oh my God.
I want to start this again, bro. Come on,
bro. LGB, don't say that in front of a Cowboys fan, bro.
I just had to. Wait. Oh, dang. I forgot B-Hub is a Cowboys fan.
You're saying that right in front of a Cowboys fan, my guy.
B Hub, I'm so sorry that you had to hear that, bro.
I am scarred.
Hey, it's his opinion though, so I can't
That's
fight.
facts. No, that's true. And did someone say that Taylor Heineke cried after the game?
Yeah.
But
Oh, and speaking of which, does Heineke need a nice tissue to wipe the tears off? Because I have one right here
I hope,
for him.
I hope
Midwest
you make him cry.
Midwest Eagle says
But I have one right here for him if he needs one.
he says Gannon is definitely underrated. We're top 15 defense. Honestly, I don't think he's like
I don't.
underrated. Yeah, I want to get to your question. I was gonna get to your question right, but yeah, I was gonna say one thing about Gannon. I think Gannon is like he was put in a position to fail because he has very limited players around him to succeed. He doesn't have a
Yeah.
3-down defensive end like a Brandon Graham. He should get an Aiden Hutchinson or a Karloftis in this draft. He also doesn't have a good linebacker. He has a couple of solid linebackers like a TJ Edwards, Alex Singleton, but that's as far as he can get. He doesn't have a
Exactly.
around him. So I don't want to say it's Gannon's fault.
Yeah.
Eagles Uncensored says, so I asked this question on my channel, and I want to get you guys' perspective to tell me over the last 7 games, JG has done a pretty decent job. Did he earn another year's defensive coordinator for you guys? Go ahead, Sports Talk with Les Birds.
So 1 year max is what he gets because like this defense has been very inconsistent. But as soon as Sirianni got the offense, comfortable doing what they know, like what fits the team, and like out 1 year max is what he gets back from me because it still looks a little bit iffy.
What do you think, BLFC?
What was the question?
Eagles Uncensored put a question in the chat. He says, Gannon, he's been doing pretty decent the last 7 games. Do you think he deserves one more year of the defensive coordinator job?
I think the way that Gannon is starting to figure it out as defensive coordinator, I think he does actually deserve one more year. I know some fans might not like it because of the way he started the year off,
Yeah.
but we're in the second half of the season, people. Gannon is starting to figure out what he's doing, so let's give him another chance, okay? And then Gannon will actually start to figure things out because he does have a year under his belt as the defensive coordinator over Jim Schwartz. And since the second half of the season started, Gannon really has started to improve. So I say give him one more year.
And another thing is he doesn't really Big Play Slay says he doesn't really have much to work with. He doesn't have Brandon Graham, guys like Brandon Graham out there. Fletcher Cox is starting to get old and it's showing. So what he's done with what he has right now, I'd say he deserves one more year.
Look at what he said, B-Hope. This is racist as hell. Big Fridge, why did you have to bring this up?
What in the
He's not
why?
wrong.
Yo, Big Fridge is one weird dude. I'm not even
Oh my god, yo.
He's a goat though. I'm not gonna lie.
Racially motivated.
But what did you think about that Cowboys win though last night? B-Hope, y'all killed them. Y'all annihilated them.
Are you kidding me? You made their starting QB cry, man. Like,
Yo,
come on.
Yo, literally
You made
demolished.
the grown man cry, bro.
But go ahead, B-Hope.
It's a pretty good night when the game's pretty much over after 8 minutes into the game. There was no reason to play the rest of the game. And then you put Cooper Rush in the game with 8 minutes left in the third quarter. I think we scored 42 points in the first half.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Dak is the second quarterback in Cowboys history to have 4 passing touchdowns in the first half with Tony Romo against the Broncos. So,
wow.
It's good to have Dak back. Can we please stop saying he is, what's the word?
Like he is asked or something like that?
Like he's on something called a
game manager. That's what people are calling
well,
it.
not that. It's just he hasn't looked the greatest in the last few weeks, which I agree. But playing a divisional opponent, and we can all agree playing divisional opponents is our hardest games most of the time because
Yep.
they know everything you like to run. But if you're able to
Yep.
blow out or basically eviscerate an opponent,
I'll be back.
Yep.
it's pretty good to get us back on track. Have the number 2 seed right now, and now it's on to the Cardinals, who have been looking like ass the last few weeks.
Yep. And the Cardinals don't have a run stopper in the middle. So Zeke might have a really good night against the Cowboys. I mean, against the Cardinals. So I might start him in
This Zeke slander needs to chill. This man.
Well, we'll see
is
what
playing through a
happens
knee
in
injury.
that game. I mean,
This is the one and last time that y'all will hear me say this, but I hope the Cowboys win that game because like they might, not care about that last game against us. So that might be a free dub.
We need them. Honestly, we need them. We need them to kind of win this game. We need the Packers to win out eventually. Like we need the Packers to win every single one of their games.
I just remember the word. It's a slump. People saying
they
Dak's in
got
a
to win their
slump.
last two.
Oh,
Yep.
man.
Wouldn't one of the teams 11-3 right now? Would they not need to win and then have the Cowboys lose in order for one of those teams to like clinch the number 1 seed? Because one of those 3 teams would still have their 3 wins, while Dallas would have 4 losses. Well, not 3 wins, 3 losses, while Dallas would have 4. So would that not be the scenario? Like one of the 11-3 teams would need to win, then have Dallas lose to probably have Dallas out of the number 1 seed for the bye.
I want that number 1 seed. Come on, now.
Yeah, I need the Cowboys to get that number 1 seed too.
Well, I'm always gonna say it, Dallas, y'all better lose.
Hey,
I know
whoa.
I'm saying that right in front of a Cowboys fan. I already know it. Don't even start me now.
Come
That
on
is
now.
the
That's
only
rude.
time you will hear me say I want the Cowboys to actually win a game. The first and last time. Never again.
So I see Big Fridge's comment. Giants fan saying if Kirk Cousins was the Cowboys quarterback, they would still be amazing. Well, Big Fridge, Giants fans, some of them are the dumbest football fans I've ever come across. But if you think about the situations Kirk Cousins and Dak Prescott are in, it's pretty much similar situations. You have below 10 head coaches, Mike Zimmer and Mike McCarthy. You have amazing weapons on offense. And Dak is outperforming with a worse running back. Justin Jefferson's better than CeeDee Lamb. And Justin Jefferson's been balling. I'll give him credit. He's better than CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb is definitely not. No, he's not like. I don't want to say he's nowhere close to Jefferson, but Jefferson is 1,000% better.
One category that separates him from CeeDee Lamb is the way Justin Jefferson doesn't drop easy passes. And if you watch this season and the last 2 seasons, for that matter, CeeDee Lamb drops the easiest passes of all time. You saw it last week. He dropped 3 of the easiest of all time.
B-Hub, Big
Justin Jefferson right now.
Big Frizz says B-Hub thoughts on Giants fans saying if Kirk Cousins was his quarterback.
I just covered that.
You just saw that? All right.
Yeah.
You might need to fix that. I'm a Giants fan. And I never said that about Kirk Cousins, but he's talking about the Giants fans, not you.
Big Fridge is talking about certain Giants fans saying that supposedly.
Y'all are playing the Cardinals next, so you think you're gonna win against them?
Well,
better win.
There's some things that scare me about them. Is Kyler Murray is a very good mobile quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can get him out of the pocket or keep him in the pocket, that bodes well for us because you have Randy Gregory on the edge, you have DeMarcus Lawrence, you have Osa in the middle. We're supposed to be getting Tristan Hill back. We still have people coming back from COVID. So if we can keep Kyler Murray in the pocket, that bodes well for us. But they have some pretty good running backs that are kind of underrated. James Conner's been pretty good with them. You have Chase Edmonds. And I think right now we're a top 10 defense against the run, but it's because in most games we're up by a lot, so they have to throw the ball. So we're still not good in that. So if they get a running game going, that does not bode well for us. But
And I gotta say though, right quick, but you keep going. I just want to say after something.
but I believe we will win. But it's going to be a close game in my opinion. But
I gotta say this though. Kyler Murray without DeAndre Hopkins looks not the best. I don't think Kyler Murray can do that much without DeAndre Hopkins. I think
I did
he's
say something.
quarterback.
I did say that.
D-Hop.
I don't think he's not like a bad quarterback. He just isn't that good without what's called DeAndre Hopkins. He doesn't look as good with DeAndre Hopkins. He's starting to resemble his rookie season form without DeAndre Hopkins because
I definitely agree.
Hopkins opens up more for the other receivers like AJ Green. AJ Green right now he's not looking the best because there's not a DeAndre Hopkins causing all the attention towards him. So the ball goes to DeAndre or AJ Green.
All right, definitely.
Kyler Murray does not look that impressive right now in the last couple of games.
Yeah. But remember last year they started off
It's
hot
true.
as well.
No lie. I mean, yeah.
What are you gonna say, Bill?
Remember last year the Cardinals started off hot, then fizzled out.
Yep, 100%. Those Giants fans also said if Kyler was a Cowboy instant Super Bowl, he probably would have won an instant Super Bowl, honestly. Kyler with the Cowboys, man, that would be ridiculous. It's a big place. Like, what is going on, Uncle CC3? But let me ask BLSG and Sports Talk with Let's Go Birds these two questions. Who do you guys think is the X factor for why we beat Washington? And how good do you think Jalen Hurts will look against Washington the next time he plays them?
Can it be someone on both sides or for the X factor part?
Yep, one X factor for the offense.
Well, I believe he is returning, but X factor for me would probably be Terry McLaurin because he's known for that guy that was that?
Philadelphia, not Washington.
Oh, I thought you said on Washington. I'm like,
but
what?
McLaurin was there on Sunday against us. He just didn't do anything. He just got shut down by Trayvon Diggs.
Same thing with Slay. He locked him down.
I was about to say,
Well, go ahead.
If he's talking about Washington, I'm saying Terry McLaurin all day long. So since you are now meant to say Philadelphia, then right now I'd probably go with. You know what? I'm sticking with that. I'm going to stick with Devontae Smith. I mean, if he can somehow find a way to get past whoever's guarding him in the secondary, then I think he can have a decent game. But again, it's going to be about Hurts having the right timing and getting it to Devontae Smith when he has the chances to get it over to him. So I think Devontae Smith could definitely be a big factor if Jalen Hurts throws it to him right and gets it to him like he did on the big completion on the one throw against the Giants, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have that right. And what was the second question, BPS?
What do you think Jalen Hurts is going to look like in this game?
Well, I honestly hope that Jalen Hurts, he does all right in terms of both the passing and the running. I actually hope he does have a good game. But honestly, when you're dealing with Montez Sweat, Jonathan Allen, it might be a little bit tough, but that's going to depend on your offensive line right there. You're probably going to you're definitely going to depend on Lane Johnson as one of your blockers, which he really has looked like the healthiest in his entire career this year. So really, if he can block perfectly and do his thing, I'm not really concerned of him. And in terms of Montez Sweat, Montez Sweat's the defensive end. In terms of Jonathan Allen, which I think he's on the left side if you line up the defensive line, that's going to be depending on Nate Herbig. And I think Nate Herbig would struggle less with Jonathan Allen than Lane Johnson would with Montez Sweat. So I'm hoping that the offensive line just protects Jalen Hurts, and that's what it's going to come down to for Hurts to see if Hurts has a good game or not.
What about you, LTB?
So the first question was the X factors on offense and defense, right?
For us,
All right, yeah. So obviously we all know, like the obvious X factor on offense is Lane Johnson. We need him to score another touchdown. You know what I'm saying? But
Lane Johnson
the
for
real
MVP.
like I would have to say Jalen Hurts. Yes, we got like a great defensive line over there in Washington. We still struggled in the first half against the Giants defense, you know. So hopefully Hurts can like throw the ball as well as he did against New York, which I doubt, Hopefully Lane Johnson can handle the young Chase Young, you
he,
know.
I don't think he's playing. He's out
Chase
for
Young is out for the remainder of the year, so it would be Montez Sweat.
Yeah, Chase Young tore his ACL.
What week was that, by the way? Was it when they played? Who did they
It was
play?
early in the season, I know that.
I think
It
it was
was
like week 8 or 7,
week
something like
8.
that.
Yep, it was week 8. I don't remember who they were playing.
Uh, well, if he can handle Montez Sweat, which I'm pretty sure he could, um, but I feel like it's Jalen Hurts. If he could have another good passing game as he did, because you don't have Miles Sanders or uh Jordan Howard, so hopefully, he
Mike
can have
Davis
another
talking
great
about.
passing game. And then on defense, you know what? I'm gonna go with Alex Singleton again. He did a great job against Washington. Stopping Antonio Gibson. He was all over the field in that game. So yeah, hopefully we can make Tyler Heineke cry.
That's disrespectful. You called him Tyler.
Yeah, for real.
My fault.
You good. But for me, I would have to say offensively, I think it's gonna be Jalen Rager again.
Wow.
It's got
Okay.
you have to use him on the end around pitches, use him in the screen game because that's how he likes to work. He's not a type of receiver that just always goes down the field every play. He's one of those guys that you have to give him the ball in open space where you can get him going and then he receives his yak yards. Just like Tyreek Hill. Of course he can go deep and he could beat you one on one. But you also can get him going by using him in the screen game. Or a Debo Samuel. That's another running back. Not wide receiver. Why did I say running back?
You
Um,
really called him a running back, bro.
but yeah, Jalen Rager's got to be the X factor on offense. Defense, I gotta say, defensively, I'm gonna say Marcus Epps. Marcus Epps, he's a dog.
Really?
He has that dog mentality, bro. He plays for the city of Philadelphia, and he plays with that dog mentality, that underdog mentality. Like he's not the biggest name, but he makes a big impact on the field every time you see him play, and that's something I like about Marcus Epps. He's one of those dogs, and he has to stop the middle of the field because that's where we get torched up right there. We get torched up in the middle of the field, and tight ends beat us in the middle of the field. So I think we have to stop them in the middle of the field with our two high safety looks. Roddy McLeod, Marcus Epps, they have to get going, and our linebackers also have to be X factors. But Marcus Epps has to be a major X factor. But yeah, this was one good hour stream. I want to go watch the Saints game, as it's about to start. So before we end the stream off right here, just shout your guys' channel out, and I want to play a clip before we leave. So, let's go, Bird. Shout your channel out right quick.
Sports talk with Let's Go Birds on YouTube. Haven't been posting much, but I'm back. I'm gonna post my recap video hopefully tomorrow, and then a preview video hopefully sometime this week of Washington. So go check it out.
Go ahead, Bigo.
Well, hello. I am B-Hub. I have a YouTube channel. You should subscribe. It is my name on the screen, B-Hub. So just check it out. I haven't uploaded in about a month. There's been some stuff going on, but new video will be up in 2 to 3 days. And it will be about the ass whooping that happened on Sunday Night Football.
Yo, I watched that video. It's gonna be more interesting than the game itself. I'd rather watch paint dry than that game for real. Paint dry would be more fun to watch than that football game for real though. Go ahead.
I'm gonna have a lot of fun making that thumbnail.
Well, y'all know where to find me, man. But if you don't know where to find me, if you've been living under a rock, don't find me on YouTube, BLSG. Search it in the search bar. If you already subscribed to me, appreciate you. It's already sitting right there, just as the name shows. Just hit that up in the search bar, find me, and hit that sub button for your boy. Follow me on Twitter, BLSG20. Give your boy a follow over there. Let's get this win on Sunday, against the Washington football team, and then prepare for Dallas the week after that, and fly Eagles fly. And I know I'm saying this in front of a Cowboys fan, but still.
Ugh, that's disgusting.
Yeah. But the clip that I was trying to play, I can't find it on YouTube. I was trying to play this clip before the end of the stream. Daniel Jones falling again.
Wait,
I've fallen.
try sharing your screen and then put the. Is that what you tried? Sharing your screen and then putting the clip on?
Hold on. I got the video actually. Do you like?
Oh yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Share your screen and then let's watch it real quick.
And then I will end the stream off.
It is so graceful.
Man,
the way
end it off right in front of all these Giants fans, man.
Oh God!
Hold on. Against us, he was 80 yards. I was gonna play a clip where Daniel Jones. It was like a meme where he was getting shot while he was.
Yeah, I seen that.
It's hilarious.
Man, what a start for the Saints. Ian Book throws a pick 6 to the Dolphins.
Hey, Miami, man. They won 6 in a row.
From the 12.
All right. Let me share my screen right quick. Hold on.
Wait, share your screen and let's watch it real quick. End it off the right way by showing this to all these Giants fans, man. Oh, yeah. Let's go.
They're
Oh,
It's
what a graceful.
so laggy, though.
kind of laggy.
Yeah, it is laggy. I'm not going to lie.
But you know,
Hang on,
it's
there it
so
goes.
fun.
I've fallen and can't get up.
It's so
Boy,
good to see the turf monster at work.
that is so funny, too. You should have took that to the house, bro.
Could it be me tripping over
That
grass
is so
like that?
funny, though.
All right, let me put it off right here. All right, one more time, we're gonna watch this clip.
Do.
Serious aim. Daniel Jones has been shot. He's done. He won't be getting
Wait.
up.
Wait, regroup it real quick. Regroup it one more time. Hang on 1 second. 1 second. Hang on. Let me get the timing right. Hang on.
Daniel Jones tripping. He hears Jalen Mills, and Daniel Jones is
Got him.
Yeah.
I tripped him up right there, see?
Thank you guys for coming though. I appreciate everyone that joined the stream. It was a really fun stream. And as I said, MG couldn't make the stream. He had some.
Prayers up to MG. He's sick.
Yep. He was busy today. It was his sister's birthday, so he couldn't make the stream. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream off right here. Thank you to everyone that joined. B Hub, LGP, BLSG. Y'all have a good night in the chat. Go watch the Saints and Dolphins game. If y'all want to check me out, go check me out at the Sports Ferry. I'll be going to watch that game with them in their live stream. So come check that out. And I'll probably post that in the community tab. So y'all have a good day. The boy is out.
Eagles suck.